Welcome to Marketing MASH, brought to you by themarketingscope.com.
Welcome to the Marketing MASH, brought to you by The Marketing Scope. I'm Eric Vidal, Editor and Chief Content Officer. Today I have Jack Kosakowski, contributing writer for The Marketing Scope, Regional Sales Manager at Acton, which is one of the leading marketing automation platforms out there.
The leading,
excuse me. Disruptor, crap talker, evangelist. He's got a lot of different tags, but you wrote an article recently called Think Audience, Think Advocacy, or Think Advocates, right?
Yeah, 3 reasons why you need to start thinking audience.
Think audience, yeah, 3 reasons. One was your sales team sucks, I think was the actual terminology used.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't believe the second one, but it says your marketing team sucks.
Possibly true.
And hold on, so I brought, now, did you want to say that again? And the other one is your product's not that good. So
it might not be. I don't know. You tell me.
So what do you mean by that? First of all, what do you mean by your marketing team sucks?
Well, why don't we start at the beginning, so that they can actually, I can give the context behind this, right?
I'm sorry, I got a little bit carried away. Yes, please set this up.
So, I wrote this post because I'm super active on social media, and one thing that I notice about brands is that a lot of these brands are on social, but they're doing social wrong, right? They're so focused on everybody and building a new audience of people that don't know who they are, right? Or are not customers or are not brand advocates, that they literally forget the one strategy that's gonna make you successful on social. Build your social around your advocates, right? Build your social around and build an audience of people that are your advocates. Now, I can't take full credit for this because Jay Baer's been saying this for a really long time, right? Yeah. He's been saying the best brands will build an army of advocates, right? Yeah. And they'll do the marketing for you.
Yeah, and one of you see the little quotes all the time where don't worry about or think about getting net new audiences, just worry about that audience you currently have. I mean, exactly. Kelly Loubet, who writes for the Marketing Scope, she's always saying that. Always saying that.
And if you think about it, right, it's just like business. Like, you're gonna go out and try to get net new business. How much harder is it to get net new than to, grow and make your current customers prosper? Yeah. Right. Now, the same goes with marketing, in my opinion. And this is not just to social. This goes for email, building your organic email list, and the other different channels that marketing is working with, whether it be through pay-per-click, because if it's trackable, right, that you have an audience through there as well. But wherever you're going, your focus as an organization, especially social, has to be your customers, influencers, friends, family, whoever is an advocate of your product now, has had a great experience, that you have great relationships with. Start focusing on them and quit focusing on begging people to buy or to know who you are, and start taking care of the people that are your true fans, because they will take you a lot farther and a lot faster with their message than you will with a selfish marketing message.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a great point. So give me an example or two of brands that you've seen do that recently, or does Acton do that, or can you give me an example of what your organization has done recently to fit into that, right, to play into that message?
So Acton, we've had a shift, right? Like we're working really heavily on influencers, right? If you go to Acton's blog, you see a lot of different influencers doing different campaigns with us, because we know how important it is that they're bought into our brand and that we can spread to their audience, right? Because really, if you think about this, we're not trying to build an audience of net new, or you shouldn't be, because you want to go to the people that have already built the trust and you want to get to their audience, right? The first start is you got to make them a customer, a fan, or an advocate. Yeah. And then once you've done that, then you've got to give them marketing support around amplifying your message, right? And give them incentives. This isn't about how to do that, right? You can come up with that in your own organization, but shift your focus, right? Quit going out and pay and spray. Then you got
spray and pray.
Yeah, spray and pray. Like those days are over. Like, yeah, some companies, don't get me wrong, can get by with those methods with a huge budget. But if you don't have that, you better turn your focus and put all of your energy and marketing efforts into supporting the people that will amplify your message, because those are the ones in the end that will drive your revenue and drive it the fastest.
So by the way, you've been on social media a lot lately, a lot. Like I couldn't sleep the other day. I mean, you were on there, I don't know, you were posting all kinds of stuff in the middle of the night. So
I was?
You were. So what are some things that you like and don't like right now in social media? Because I know you're out there all the time. What are some things that you can warn some of these folks about, when they're out there trying to focus on their audience, what not to do?
Spam your marketing message, right? I just see it all the time. There's very few brands, especially on Twitter, that do it right. I can tell you that. I mean, go through your Twitter feed right now and look at one message that you would like to engage with, right?
It's usually from an individual person. That's what usually gets people to engage. That's what gets me to engage. It's hard for me to engage with a brand.
Right. I always say it's like this, right? It's like every day, you go to work and you've got, 10 websites that you bookmarked, right? Because those are the 10 websites that you, to streamline your time to get the most effective value out of some content, that you can go to them on a consistent basis and that you're always going to get the value that you need, right? In this short amount of time. That's what you need to try to become on social media, right? You need to become the source or the trusted source that maybe when, Eric goes and spends 10 minutes on Twitter, does he go look at your handle or your brand's handle or your CEO's handle, right? Because a lot of times it's most effective. But that's what you're really trying to do. And I will tell you right now that he's not going to come to your channel if you just have a bunch of self-promotion, very selfish content about why you should buy from somebody. Shift your mindset and become an educator on a lot of things that have nothing to do with your product, and you'll be surprised how many people come your way.
Well, good. So what else can you share with us? Anything else before we wrap this up?
Oh man, I could go on for days about this. I think, social media is a mindset shift, right? And it's a weird mindset shift for a lot of traditional thinking, because traditional thinking and traditional marketing and traditional sales says me, 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 right?
Or more.
More, right? Or now. So what we've shifted to is a new culture where it's how can I add so much value to you on the front end that before I ask you for anything, I've added enough value to earn the right to your time and your business. And then even deeper than that, I've earned the right and trust for you to amplify my message and do marketing for me because I've added so much value, right? And that's a mindset shift.
Yeah.
And you have to think about that this has to start at the top down, because if you plan, what you're essentially doing is, instead of now, what you're doing is you're putting a strategy together that's not about you, and you're building an army of advocates, which takes time, because you know that in the long run, the dollars and cents are going to make a lot more sense.
Yeah. Well said, Jack. And after the camera shoot here, can we put the gloves on? And I got some unfinished business with you.
No, but I mean, if you look at my 3 points, right? Your sales team sucks. I mean, most sales teams suck. I would challenge any CEO right now to go look at the percentage of reps that hit quota, right? If you follow the law of average, 20% of your reps do 80% of your revenue. And I dare you to say that that's all cold revenue, right? A majority of that is they've either built an army of advocates, right, on their own team for the product and for them personally, which is what I've had a lot of success doing. And those people want to buy from them because they think they're the trusted advisor. They think, that they have the best product, right, because they have some type of experience. Or you could go even deeper in that, right? There could be many reasons for that. But, the second point was marketing sucks. Well, most marketing sucks. I mean, go look at your Twitter feed. Go look at your Facebook feed. You tell me how many ads that you saw that would ever induce you to buy, right? Yeah. Now, also I challenge you to ask yourself this. When the last time you bought something that you'd never heard of, right? A product, whether it's B2B or B2C. How many times have you bought cold from an ad?
I did recently, but it's rare because comes from a recommendation.
Yes.
Or
your friend says on Facebook, oh my gosh, I just got, we just bought this new technology and it's helping us, move the needle and streamline our sales process. And now all of a sudden, it's like, whoa, moving the needle, now all of a sudden you're going to look into that product and you're probably going to reach out to your buddy and say, yo, give me the secret sauce. Like, don't hold back on me.
Yeah.
And that's where market is shifting, right? And, I had a chance to spend time with Mark Organ from Influitive, right? This is, he's got a social sharing platform. He's got some exciting things that are coming up in the future that, I can't disclose, but I can tell you that this is the shift that's happening. And Mark Organ he actually was the founder of Eloqua, right? So if you can think about where marketing automation is now, imagine where it was, 4 or 5 years ago or actually more years
It
than
was
that.
actually longer.
Yeah,
longer than that.
But, when he created Eloqua, and then now, what I like about Mark's thinking is now he's, fast forward, right? So now Mark's 4 years ahead, but you got to start thinking advocates, right? And you can't think now, you got to think the future, because the ones that start thinking like that and they start properly leveraging their marketing to support their advocates, and whether that's time, resources, money, whatever that is, those are the ones you'll see that are going to be really successful.
Yeah, well said. Thank you so much for sharing this with us. I appreciate that. Jack Kosakowski.
Sassanova out.
That's it for this episode of Marketing Mash. You can share your thoughts by following us on Twitter and Facebook. Subscribe to our podcast to keep up with the show. And of course, you can always find us by visiting themarketingscope.com.